On November 23rd, entertainment writer B. Scott released an exclusive report about America's Got Talent firing actress Gabrielle Union as a judge. Sources told the writer, Gabrielle's contract was not renewed after being the #1 talent on the show, NBC, and network TV. She set the record for her golden buzzer. They only replaced the women and blacks at Simon's whim. She wouldn't walk away from the $12 million because she's busy. Based on weekly interactions on social media, by the time the AGT finale aired, Gabrielle was the #1 talent on network TV for 2019. Why not pick up someone's option in extreme success? Social media engagement is the new measuring stick for talent, and Simon isn't on social media. Julianne and Gabrielle were both way higher ranked, engaged than Howie. The idea the network wants to switch things up only applies to women and black folks. They added that AGT firing Gabrielle is merely a continuation of how they run the show. Let's just say they didn't start the problematic behavior in season 14. They were quite comfortable with it all by the time Gabrielle got there. On November 26th, Variety also released an exclusive report that detailed AGT's toxic culture and the difficulties Gabrielle faced. In one case, comedian Jay Leno appeared on the show and made an inappropriate joke about a painting of AGT executive producer Simon Cowell and his dogs. He said the dogs looked like something one would find on the menu at a Korean restaurant, reinforcing the stereotype that all Asians eat dog meat. Gabrielle urged producers to report the joke to NBC's Human Resources Department, which is the network that airs AGT. While an NBC executive was aware of what happened, they expressed concerns over a white male performer crossing a line in portraying people of color. Variety reported, the contestant's gimmick involved rapid costume changes inside a larger garment, while impersonating a multitude of famous singers. In one such quick change, the contestant emerged in the guise of Beyonce Knowles. His hands appeared as black, meant to be a character accent. Sources told Variety that the producers disagreed and said, we'll take it out later. They also said Gabrielle and Julianne Hough, another judge who was fired at the same time as Gabrielle, were often given excessive notes on their physical appearance. 4 sources said that Gabrielle received a note half a dozen times saying her rotating hairstyles were too black for AGT's audience, though one source disputed the volume of notes and said there was only feedback about consistent hairstyles for both judges. To Variety, Julianne denied the allegation and said, I had a wonderful time on America's Got Talent. I loved working with the cast, crew, and producers. I am happy to continue my working relationship with NBC. She also expressed excitement for 2 upcoming NBC shows she'll be featured in and said she's looking forward to what the future holds. Following Variety's report, several people took to Twitter to slam NBC. NBC seems to be a mess. First, we find out the news heads covered for Matt Lauer for years, and now this. The network, news and entertainment, needs a complete change in leadership. So NBC is and the protector of, and yet no one does anything about it. Anything that slimeball Simon Cowell produces, judges, owns is toxic. Gabrielle's husband and basketball saying that my wife Gabrielle is the main reason they've started watching AGT, or that they love her insight and sincerity on the show. So when I got the news that my wife was being fired, my first question was obviously why? I am still waiting on a good answer to that question. But if anyone knows Gabrielle or have heard of her, you know she's an advocate for our community and culture. As proud as I were of her being selected as a judge on AGT, I am even more proud of her standing up for what she stands for, and that's us. So cheers to you, Gabrielle, on not losing sight of the lessons we've talked about teaching our daughter, and for kicking while you were on that platform. #1 judge on one of the biggest shows in the world. Other major celebrities joined in and expressed their support for Gabrielle. Actress Ellen Pompeo tweeted, it's unfortunate that NBC, the same network that protected disgusting men like Matt Lauer and punished women for speaking out or not putting up with it, has not changed their practices or culture. I support Gabrielle's commitment to speaking up to injustice. It takes courage. Singer Ariana Grande tweeted, be better NBC, we're with you Gabrielle. Actress Jamila Jamil, who stars in NBC show The Good Place, tweeted, I am lucky to work with really good people at NBC, and am sad and angry to know this has been going on in that same network. I stand with Gabrielle all the way. They should bring her back with a big raise and remove Simon Cowell instead. Days later, entertainment and culture writer Joelle Monique tweeted about how to make a proper apology. A solid apology comes in 3 parts. 1. Sincerely admit wrongdoing directly to the offended party. 2. Be twice as loud correcting your mistake as you were making the mistake. 3. Lay out steps to correct your behavior in the future. Anything less is covering your own. While it's unclear if she was referring to Gabrielle's case, Gabrielle retweeted this, and this. On December 1st, NBC sent a statement to Variety. We remain committed to ensuring a respectful workplace for all employees and take very seriously any questions about workplace culture. We are working with Ms. Union through her representatives to hear more about her concerns, following which we will take whatever next steps may be appropriate. The Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, America's largest labor union representing media professionals, said they're investigating Gabrielle's case. We take issues of workplace health and safety very seriously. We immediately reached out to Ms. Union's representatives when these reports came to light. It is our practice to work closely with members who reach out to us and their representatives in instances like this, as that usually affords the best protection and best resolution for the affected member. On December 2nd, media personality and former AGT judge Howard Stern accused Simon of orchestrating Gabrielle's firing. How is it that Simon Cowell has orchestrated this? He sets it up that the men stay, no matter how old they are, no matter how talentless they are. But what he manages to do on all his shows is he constantly replaces the hot chicks with